Hey everyone, welcome back. It is Vortie here, and we're gonna take a look at the raid real quick. Wow, sorry about that. We're gonna take a look at the raid real quick. It's quite interesting actually. So there's a few different things I want to throw out there real quick. This is gonna be a quick, short, right to the point guide, and I'm gonna show you how I kill it. But essentially, the things you guys need to understand about the raid is that it is kind of like the true Titan fight, but it's kind of scaled down. However, that doesn't mean that he can't smack you silly, which he really can. He can smack you silly very quickly. So what you want to be aware of is that if you can't kill him in one turn, then you want to make sure that you're buffing. You want to make sure that you're breaking, at least, if you're not buffing, you want to make sure you're breaking his attack and magic, otherwise he's going to spank you silly. Alright, so that is how that works. He uses similar moves as he uses in his actual trial. The only thing he doesn't use, I believe, is the Earthen Fury, which is like a 7 times multiplier magic damage attack, which is really good, so you don't get that. However, every 5 turns, instead of every 4 turns, he has a small chance to use a move called Landslide, which will remove a unit out of the fight. So if you're taking 5 turns to beat him, be prepared that you might actually get one of your units kicked out of the fight. Tips for making sure you do as much damage as you can. If you have Stone Killer, or if you don't have Stone Killer Materia or TM, make sure that you're using Golem, so that you deal as much damage as you can. You want to put that on your strongest damage dealer. He is also vulnerable to all breaks for the raid version, so you can break him fully, but you want to make sure that you at minimum break his attack and magic. What else? Oh yeah, none of his attacks are Earth Element, so you don't need to buff yourself with Stone Guard or whatever. None of his attacks are Earth Element. All of his attacks are mixed with either magic attack or physical attack, which puts you in a position that you might be able to kind of, dodge his physical attack, but you're still going to be able to take a good whack from the magic attacks, alright? And what else can you do? Oh yeah, he also uses a move that's called like Rock Throw, I think. Rock Throw? Yeah. So it's confusing because there's one called Rock Buster and then there's one called Rock Throw. So Rock Throw is a 100% chance to inflict Petrify on you, and he can use it every turn. He's got a chance to use it every turn, but he'll only use it once. The chance, I don't know what the chances that he will use it, but he can literally, if he does 5 turns, he can 5 times stone on one of your characters. So just be careful, wear gear that prevents stone, alright? So let's go jump inside, and I'll show you how I do it, but for myself, I try to not apply the additional turns, so I try and kill him literally within the first turn. That is my plan, is to kill him within the first turn. So I am bringing units that can do something like that. So this is the party I'm going to roll with. I got 1 unit I'm bringing along that's leveling up. Sakura leveled up here to max using the same strategy. So we're going to jump in, and I'm going to do as much damage as I can turn 1, so it's going to seem a little bit more interesting for you guys and a little bit overpowered. So with Sakura, what you can do is if you're bringing her along, you can use Defensive Barrier. This can reduce the damage significantly that you're taking on, but it's up to you. So what I'm doing, I'm using them just for defense break, and then from then on I'm going to be doing Divine Ruination, which is nothing really new, guys. I'm pretty sure you guys understand how that is, and like I said, it's not really a guide, it's more of like an informative video. If you have the characters I have, fantastic, you're going to be doing just fine. If you don't have them, then you need to take those first things I mentioned into consideration. Stone Killer on your best damage dealer, make sure you break attack magic at minimum because he's going to mess you up, but he's fully you can fully break him, so you're good to go. Buff your party, and remember every 5 turns he can kick one of your units out. So your goal primarily should be to try and do as much damage as you can within those 5 turns. Okay? If you need to buff first turn, make sure you buff everything properly first turn so that you don't waste a second turn having to rebuff. Right? So do things do things that way. And if you're gonna analyze or steal this guy, go to the beginner version so you don't get screwed. Alright. Gonna throw a small number down there. Alright, 39. So that is our girl Titan getting smacked silly. And on this next one, I'm gonna see if I can mimic a buffing party. Let me see if I can do that for you guys. He's also got about 4 million life, kind of in line with all the other raid fights we've gotten so far. I do have one more orb, yeah I do, perfect. So I will try and mimic a second turn or third turn fight. There's an Aileen there. You know what? I will bring Aileen for the sake of purpose to see. So I'm gonna show you. If I don't do this correctly, he's gonna mess me up, silly willy. Yeah. So this is the party I'll bring. This is the party I'm currently using to make a guide on defeating actual Titan. Okay, the actual trial of Titan. Alright, so it's designed in a way that it can do things interestingly enough that I can beat up. So I've done it once already. Believe that. So see, I'm not confident being able to defeat him turn 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buff myself as I would just doing as I'm doing the trial. Okay, same thing. Okay, the first turn I'm actually going to break him. And only one unit is going to be doing damage this round. And I'll be using Pile Driver. Okay, so this is essentially the way the fight is going in the trial. It's just that he hits a lot harder, and he can't be fully broken. All right, so there you go. That's turn 1 from the same thing as I did in the trial. This round, what we're going to be doing is we're going to go in and do Divine Ruination, Pile Driver. These guys are just going to be attacking. These two ladies don't have to do anything, so they're going to be defending. So this is exactly what I'm doing in the actual trial. It's literally this. At this point, he would be at 60% life. His core would come out in the trial. That's the difference, where you have another aspect of the fight to deal with. It's more complicated, but the same party you use for that should be able to manage this part of the fight as well. Alright, so now we're in this position here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to do Divine Ruination, Pile Driver again. Surprise! Alright. Looking pretty good. We're going to throw down a heal here, just to make sure that we stay topped off. And I'm going to do the defensive barrier again with Sakura. What defensive barrier does, it's 20% reduced damage for 3 turns. It was turn 2, but I'm just going to overlap it. And same thing with Provoke here. I'm going to overlap that as well because I'm not too worried. But Sakura is a free-to-play unit. Everybody has her as long as you progress through the story, so there's no excuse to say you can't really do it. The only thing that could be holding you back is the fact that you haven't progressed through the story, which I normally encourage you to do. As you can see, he's really plowing on you. He hits really, really hard, and the farther the fight goes along, he's going to hit you pretty silly. So make sure that you stay current with your buffs, your heals, and make sure that you're doing as much damage as you possibly can. Right. So we're going to do Divine Ruination, because this round thing is going to be falling off. So we're going to try and do a little bit of a chain here with these two clowns. Yeah, there's a small chain there. And we're pretty close. So obviously in the trial fight, this takes a lot longer. So as you can see, I'm packing up those actual summoning orbs. So you can see it's actually not very difficult doing the, the summon. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do Kuraja. Oops. I'm going to see if I can last one more turn. This is specifically for experimentation to see if on the 5th turn, who is he going to pick. So in the trial, if you provoke, he will take the provoked unit. So that's what we're going to hope for here. I'm going to hope that he takes care of that unit. I'm going to try this. So Landslide should kick off on him. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so no Landslide yet. So I guess that's the 4th turn. So I guess he chose not to do it this turn, which sucks, I suppose, in a sense. See if I can get. I need one more orb, literally one more orb, and the orb is not dropping. So whatever. We're just gonna finish this silly willy off. So essentially, you can do the fight. I mean, like, my units died because I'm trying to see if I can actually get him to forcefully do it. In the trial, as I was saying, he will forcefully move the unit that you provoked with. So that is why you want to bring a tank-style unit. You don't want to put it on Cecil, because Cecil is going to just sit there and just take it and really do nothing with it. I would advise you to take Snow. Snow can counter and get you Limit Burst Stones and Summoning Orbs to make sure that you complete it, right? Because it's about doing it once. So yeah, that is the raid currently. It's not too difficult in a sense if you understand the mechanic of the fight. but he does hit really hard. If you don't have the proper gear, you're gonna have a hard time defeating the unit. I will show you my characters that I just brought. They are geared a little bit more for the trial, but you can do this with less. Okay, so this is what he's wearing currently. This is what Orefia is wearing. Sakura is wearing. As you can see, there is a theme, lots of defense, lots of spirit, and making sure that you can get stoned, or you call it petrified. So every unit has something that'll prevent them from being petrified, whether it is a materia like Discriminate, to equipment like Aegis Shield, which has it, to Gold Armlet, which is available to everyone. Same thing as, where is it? Jeweled Ring, which is available to everyone. Units like Refia are naturally resistant to stone, so you can always play off of that as well. Alright guys, if you enjoyed the video, definitely hit that like and subscribe button. If you have any questions for me, make sure you leave them in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to try and help you out as much as I can. Please follow the normal guidelines of when you're listing characters. Tell me your characters that you got, tell me why you're bringing them, and if you were to replace that unit beside it, say I have also these units. I will use tanks and the healers as an example. For example, I'm going to be bringing Cecil. I also have Snow and Wilhelm, you know, all geared. Which one should I pick? Or healers, I have Luca, Refia, and Rem. I'm currently bringing Rem. What else can I do? Right? You just kind of give me those things, and I can maybe help you craft the party or theory craft with you to try and help make sure that you defeat the trial and make sure you defeat the raids. Alright guys, thank you so much for sticking around. This is Vortie, and I will see you guys in the next video. I'm out of here. Peace!